I was worried that I wasn't gonna unloop the intro and it was gonna go a third time, but it just so happened that you typed in third. So hey, we're set. we're ahead of the curve here.
Because I don't know who this is. It's either Zach or Spencer. I assume Spencer. So he's first. Lawrence is second. And I'm third.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So if you want to be fourth, go ahead and leave a comment right now. You'll be fourth. It will just, maybe we can make that a thing all the way down until we get to like 69.
A big prize for whoever chimes in with fourth, let me tell you.
Yeah, the pressure's on. The game is set. Let's go. Game, set, match. But this is For Exposure, your weekly independent wrestling breakdown on Love Wrestling. Dustin is fourth. Dustin coming in hot.
Dustin, you know what I'm going to give you? For continuing that, I will give you I have a few Grainmaker Wrestling shirts around. I'm giving Dustin a Grainmaker Wrestling shirt.
So I don't know what happened here, but Lawrence broke it and said he has the same shirt. Then we got Big Bad Boris, whose debut Saturday Night Love, which is Sunday Morning Love in my neck of the woods. Tonight, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Eastern on the Love Wrestling Twitch. And then he said, by the Boris, Blair, I don't know if you noticed. What were you supposed to notice?
We'll keep reading the chat and you'll notice.
But I very proudly was in Handsome Grainmaker Wrestling podcast last night. What? But I was very proudly in a Handsome. He was in a Grainmaker Wrestling podcast?
No, look, Grainmaker Wrestling podcast shirts.
Shirts. Was that the shirt he was wearing during the LPW 27 Slam Unreal?
Are you questioning it now?
Yeah, I didn't notice it. I was too busy staring into Spencer's beautiful eyes.
He's got some gorgeous peepers, doesn't he? Like, those are some beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. You okay?
Oh, a Dare Amazing called fifth.
Yeah.
Well, Spencer has access to the chat. He can come in and talk about the wonderful LPW show that happened last night.
By all means.
But that's up to him.
Yeah. Hey.
But yeah, so
how are you?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm tired.
Fucker, you are hot. And I just swore, so I ruined it for us all.
Well, Blair just swore, so if you want to offset the demonetization that's going to happen, please leave us a super chat right here at if you mind. We'll read your comment, question, statement on the air. We'll shun Blair.
Yeah, leave a super chat, and I'll go tarps off for the rest of the show.
He's out busied right now. He can't hop in the stream, but just put him over. What show did you show up to, Spencer Love, that you think I'm going to put you over? I'm just kidding. It was a great show last night.
Mm-hmm. Lots of excitement coming out of that one.
Yeah, a lot of excitement. But the funny thing about that excitement, and we'll get to that here in a second, let's just say I was right. Was I not?
You were right.
I was right. And I'm getting flamed for it on Twitter or X.
So Barat is going off on
you. But I'm right. I was right. It's not that I want tag teams to split up, but when I start to see the dissension happen, maybe the Paralera one was a little reach when they were starting to have some trouble. That might have been a reach when I said, ooh, maybe this is it. But I didn't see Barat last night. Where was he? I don't know.
Wow. Are you saying there was some nefarious means why he wasn't there?
I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't there. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, Barat. What? I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I was right. So yeah. Did you am I wrong?
You are right.
See, this is the mantra out in the social media world, is we just blame me regardless. I get blamed for things that I wasn't even a part of.
I know. You do take the brunt of a lot of blame. And you know what? Sometimes that just isn't cool.
But that's okay. Is okay.
Yeah, man.
Lumberjack Larry Woods is still your LPW grand champion in what I thought was a very good match. Reed Matthews, no joke. He showed up. He partied. He was there.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal. His time will come. Just not last night. So I was right there.
what, because I know you were able to engulf yourself in the entire show last night.
Yes, I was.
So I need some thoughts. First off, I need thoughts on the challenge match or the scramble match. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
And-
which one do you want? I mean, both matches happened.
Yeah, and then I need to know about the challenge match. So give me some thoughts. Give me some highs, some lows, some in betweens, and just your overall vibe coming out of 27.
Highs, lows, and in between. Hold on, I got some notes. Don't worry.
Oh, look at you!
I got some stuff. I was all over this, dude.
Mhm.
But, okay. Highs. There wasn't any lows. The low is 7 telling me to my face every week for the last, however long it's been that they're okay. They're not okay. They're not okay.
Like My Chemical Romance, I'm not okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm still not over that. But, we had a gauntlet match here for the number 1 contendership, which I thought was a good one. We had Jack Pride in that thing. We had Rich King. We had the Goose Canadian, Daddy Dean Richter. Daddy Dean Richter and Rich King was a lot of fun. They started off, and it was a lot of fun. And I actually at one point thought which was by Dean Richter and be out of this thing early. Turns out it's the Goose coming out next and steals one here.
Honk, honk.
Honk, 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 baby.
Honk,
honk. Listen, I love Rich King, and I feel for you, buddy, but you got to be happy when the Goose gets a pin on a Friday night in LPW. You just love to see it. So good on Goose, man. But then, of course, he ran into the one, the only Jack Pride, the man of two minds, and didn't quite end well there for you. So let me set the stage. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, Jack Pride, new number 1 contender, right? Ooh, who's coming out on top? It's going to be Larry. Is it Reed? So I'll jump ahead to the main event because I just want to package this all while I have it in my mind. I'm sitting there, and I had completely forgotten, not in a bad way, just that the stipulation on the Championship of Salvation is a cash-in. I completely forgot, right? So I'm like, so I'm sitting there going, is Reed about to get this done? We're going to get Jack Pride and Reed for the Grand Championship at 2028, and then Jack Pride is going to completely destroy the other Short King and prove Mars like, hey, I'm the alpha here. Look what I just did to your buddy. Look what I'm going to, you know what I mean? Kind of abuse his power to keep Mars in line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, oh damn, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Because that would have been kind of cool too. But no. So Jack comes out after Larry Woods gets it done, starts to basically call his shot, and Mars jumped the line. Cashes in his Championship of Salvation, hands it to Spencer. It's going to be Mars versus Larry Woods at LPW 28, not Jack. Or Pride, I should say. Jack's not there. Yeah. So I was like, holy shit, I forgot all about it. I was absolutely nuts. Mrs. Pluggo in the house. What's up, good looking? What's up, the best thing that's ever happened to me? How you doing? P.S. Our son is an all-star. He made the team.
Hell yeah, he is.
So I'm announcing that to everyone in the world.
Sometimes you just got to.
Just saying. You should have seen Mrs. Pluggo at tryouts today. I'm going to call her out. She was definitely checking out the first baseman who was catching the balls the kids were throwing today.
Yeah,
she was into it. She liked my calves. She said,
"Wait, dude, you got the sexiest calves in North America."
Yes, that's right. Sexiest calves outside of Cleveland.
Now, hold on. I'm look. You're saying that Mars jumped the shark. He's getting the first shot.
Yeah, so unless they're going to do a triple threat, I don't know.
Because I just saw Mars tweet out not too long ago, or last night, sorry, next month, Larry Woods versus Jack Pride versus Mars the Specialist.
So maybe it's a triple threat. Maybe I misspoke. But he jumped in. He's jumped into the mix. It's a triple threat. Thank you, Nate. I will say this. I don't know if it was everyone's stream. I had a couple audio issues towards the end on mine, so they're going to do a triple threat plug. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
He jumped some notes.
Yeah, I took some notes. The threat triple.
The threat. Level Midnight.
The threat triple, my X double. Because I'm fat. But yes, he's gonna make it a triple threat, which is interesting. I like it. But earlier in the night, you had Jack Pride take Mars's championship and use it for nefarious means, which I don't know if Mars wanted him to do that, so maybe that's why I did it. But the fun part about that for me is now we're going to get a new champion of Salvation, and that's always a good time, whether they do a tournament, maybe they'll do a ladder match, maybe they'll just give it to somebody. I don't know what they're going to do.
Maybe they'll do a Punjabi prison match.
Maybe we'll get a Punjabi prison match. Maybe we'll get a Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Oh, that would be solid.
If Spencer books a Judy Bagwell on a pole match, I will never say an unkind word about him publicly ever again.
That would be so clutch. Like, that would just be great. I'm looking for the little banner to throw up because I don't want to get in trouble for all of this.
Oh, the speculation?
Yeah.
This is just recklessly speculating.
Yeah, where is the speculation banner?
No, we had to use this a lot on Thursday because JPJ started going nuts.
Oh.
He was saying all sorts of crazy stuff on Beards.
Where do you keep that speculation banner?
Under banners. Watch this.
Oh, I'm looking banners.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh,
this is simply speculation and not actually a thing.
So LPW 28, we've got a triple threat. The night before, we're going to crown a new champion of Salvation, Punjabi prison match. Elimination chamber.
Yeah. Spencer's chipping in for the old elimination chamber that they used to use before they got the new one in WWE. He bought the rights to the old one, that really bad, mean, and it's all steel and hardcore one.
Oh, we just found out it is going to be a one-night tournament, and each match is War Games.
I'm assuming that's Mars. And he's just, what? What do you mean? Did you forget what happened last night, Mars? You gave up your championship of Salvation, buddy. We're trying to book the new champion of Salvation because you are getting a grand championship match. And I've got to be completely honest with you. I love the idea of Mars the Specialist being your LPW grand champion. Not that I don't love Larry Woods, not that I don't love Jack Pride. I just really love the idea of a short king holding the tallest title in wrestling, the grandest. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Short Kings represent.
Mars, are you going to get it done or what, Betty? I gotta know. I'm surprised he's not in here yelling at us today.
Oh, look at Nathan right away. Look at this new champ.
He's calling it. So yeah, so we're going to triple that. I apologize for misspeaking. Like I said, I was having audio issues. I don't know if it was me because I think it was my stream. Maybe it needed updated because I was watching it on my iPad and it was perfectly fine. And I switched to the TV app and I was having all sorts of issues. But I was like, I had to keep refreshing. He guarantees it'll happen. Mars the Specialist with the guarantee. There's some line in Tommy Boy about guarantees, but I'm not going to say it because it doesn't apply to Mars.
No,
because Mars rules. But so we had that. That was big. That was huge. That's a shift in because not only are we potentially seeing a new grand champion. If 7 is okay, does that mean Mars is now the de facto leader of the group and Jack Pride has to take a step back? Does that mean that 7's going to split up? Are they going to coexist and just try to take out Larry Woods and maybe both pin the Lumberjack and both become champion? Are they going to cool the title and cut it in half? I don't know.
If 7 splits, do they become 3.5?
Well played.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
God damn it.
Okay, give me your thoughts on the challenge.
Anyway.
And we'll talk about GCW from last night.
All right, the Challenge Championship. We had the front man, Alan Angels, take on MRB. And I got to be honest, I thought maybe the front man was going to keep collective belts and pick off MRB here. He did not, but it was a hell of a match. The biggest note I've got coming out of that match is it was awesome. I want to see it again. I'd love to see both of those. Oh, 7. Let me tell you. Well, you could come on and tell us.
Mm-hmm. The door's always open.
The forbidden door is always open here. It's not forbidden on 4 exposure.
No.
We
welcome the guests.
Yeah, so the front man had a hell of a showing. He did say he'd come back, so maybe we'll get him back sooner than later. I'm hoping Spencer's working. Hopefully he's at lunch right now with Alan Angels, working out like a contract of some sorts for like a 10 appearance deal or something.
Ooh, that would be something.
That would be nice, Spencer. Go ahead and spend that money.
Maybe
buddy.
Alan Angels becomes the new commissioner of LPW.
Ooh, the front man, the new GM.
Oh, the spokesman?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it was a hell of a match. MRB is still your challenge champion. I don't think anyone is too surprised with that. MRB has been on a really good run as of late. You know, he's a good talent. He's a talented individual. Ride or Die beat Jared Rogers and Michael Allen, Richard Clark. So they're still champions. That was a good match. You could kind of tell though the little bit of like inexperience with MRC. ARC, sorry, I always do that. MRA, I can't spell.
It happens.
With him and Rogers, they just aren't as a well-oiled machine as Ride or Die, who have just been doing this forever. So, Clandestine Society still holds all the gold. I don't know who's going to pick them off, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what Spencer's got up his sleeve for 28 yet. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the brain trust there is thinking, but you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, I heard rumblings. I heard rumblings about who's going to challenge for.
You heard rumblings? I didn't hear rumblings.
I did. Yeah. Some may claim that it's a fabrication. Some may claim it's speculation. But I heard it's going to be Ride or Die versus Demolition. So.
Now that you've found the button, you are all about the button.
Over.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you could have done with showing me where it was.
That's the Street Profits are coming to LPW.
The Street Profits.
Mars says he'd probably be popping in and out because he's driving to Sask. I'm assuming that's Saskatoon, but he's always down to talk. You're always welcome. Ride or Die versus Blair Pluggo. Book it. That would last all of 3.5 seconds. It'd be the shortest match
Justin,
at LPW.
Do you really want new LPW tag champs this season?
Hey, don't get me in trouble with Ride or Die. They're the only people in LPW that have not yelled at me yet.
You're the one who sent me a message telling me to say that.
Wow. Do not get me in trouble with TFA and Stephen Crow. Dude, come on. That is not actually a thing. That's simply speculation. Come on.
We are big Ride or Die fans. We could never.
Did you realize now, though, that Dustin's going to clip that out of context, make some graphic, post it on socials, and I'm going to have to answer to it.
Well, stop calling out Ride or Die.
Wow, dude. Wow. I would never.
You just did.
Accountants and rhinestone cowboys are the backbone of this economy and society.
They are.
Boom. I said what I said. Yeah. LPW Scramble Championship. T.Y. Jackson takes on Zoe Sager. Takes on Wolf Boy Will Melanza. I want to say Will Melanza. I did it on Saturday. I'm doing it again this week. And Riley Cruz was back.
Riley Cruz. I
do too. He's got tons of energy, lots of fun. That hair is immaculate. Mm-hmm. I bet if you asked Spencer, he would tell you he's jealous of Riley Cruz's hair. He wants that hair. I want that hair. I wish I could grow out long, luscious locks. And I wish I could, but mine just goes like this. If it gets too long, it just goes whoop. Instead of down, it goes whoop. I don't understand. I look like a big W.
You are a big dub. You're a winner to me.
Yeah, see? Yep. Spencer says, I like Riley Cruz's hair a lot. This was a good scramble. Zoe really showed out here in a loss. She showed out a lot. It was, I thought for sure, because you had talked to her about getting all of being the first one to hold all the singles gold, it looked like it was going to happen. But TY, once again, man, he's got this scramble championship thing down to like a science. He figures out he knows when to interject himself. Yeah. He gets the spots. He gets the win. He's still your scramble champion. Lumberjack Larry Woods is grand champion. All is right in Radsville. What a show. What a fun show.
Hell yeah. So last night, that was LPW 27. There was also GCW No Sleep.
But before we talk No Sleep, all of the matches will be up. I'm assuming Spencer's feverishly editing. It'll be up probably on our socials within the next week or so. And then also the replay will be on IWTV at some point in the next few days. So please check that out and tell us what you thought.
Speaking of hair, I had a mullet in grade 6.
No way.
Yeah, man. You got to go to the non-gimmick Instagram to take a look at it.
Ooh, fuck! I could have Blair in a mullet. Mm-hmm. Everything will be available by the end of the week. He is calling his shot. End of the week, right here on this very channel on Love Wrestling CA on YouTube. Feel free to check out those matches if you haven't yet. They're a lot of fun. Tell them before Exposure Boys sent you.
If you are a Patreon subscriber, you can currently tune into the full event already uploaded, so go check that out. And you get so much other great stuff up there. You get LPW shows, you get interviews, you get all this great stuff. Check it out. You get like reveals before everybody else does. So why would you not want to? You know, I don't even know what's coming up next. I do, but check it out. Okay, perfect. So, okay, GCW No Sleep. I watched that last night. Were you able to catch all of it or no?
I will say this. I caught most of it. Yeah. Full shoot. Pluggo had the afternoon off, said he was going to watch it. Dozed off.
He honked some shoes.
But I definitely watched a good amount of it.
Yeah.
So we could talk. I actually, yeah.
I thought there was some
all I'm gonna say, and I'm jumping super far ahead is I'm surprised no one died at the end of that show. Mm-hmm. That was insanity.
I thought this show, there was some really good stuff, mm-hmm. and there was some very like mid stuff in it, but like overall it was solid. Like I was disappointed that we didn't get the Dante Leon match against Mance Warner, which they advertised.
Yeah.
They're doing a tag match tonight instead.
Yeah, they said that. They were like, Dante Leon was supposed to, and I was like, oh, I love the Heat Seeker.
Yeah. So that was solid. I got the lineup here. Jordan Oliver and Fuego was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was really good. And it's like, you remember when NXT was like just grabbing everyone from the indies?
Yeah.
If Jordan Oliver would have been like, if we had this Jordan Oliver then, he would have been snatched up in a second and the biggest star.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that no one's taken a flyer on him yet. I know that MLW did early on, and he was with with Myron Reed and that crew.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one has yet. I don't know if it's maybe it's his decision. There hasn't been the right offer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he would fit in the landscape of today's NXT, but he's a very talented individual, so I wouldn't be shocked if they ever called him and wanted to give him a shot.
Like, he would fit in perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. But that was
fun. Manders and Brick Savage. I thought Brick Savage, that's the showing he should have gotten in Revolver a few months back when I was like, why the fuck didn't they do anything with him? That's how you show off Brick Savage, because dude came across as a beast. Yep. That's what I want to see.
And against Manders, and Manders made him look like $1 million and then gave him the rub at the end. Yeah.
Manders showed out, and he knew the assignment, and he was like, hell yeah. Because Brick Savage, like, he's someone you can bring back now, and it's like he looks like a killer. He looks great. So that's what you want.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Joey Janela and Chris Carter. I didn't know too much about Chris Carter beforehand, but I thought he showed out. And I got the same vibes watching him as I used to back in the day watching like old Nitros when you'd see like a cruiserweight for the first time and they're doing all this incredible stuff.
Yeah, he got a huge pop and the chants were going. And I was like, who is this dude? Like, solid. He matched Janela's energy, that jump spot off of the thing through the dude. Good for him.
The 6-way scramble, I was kind of in and out of. Like, just it's.
I didn't catch that one.
Dulce Tormenta versus Broski Jimmy was fun.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We're getting Dulce Tormenta tonight too, right?
Yeah,
I think. Yep, she's running tonight as well.
The tag match, Los Desperados picking up a win over Los Macizos.
It's because he took the backpack off.
It's 100%. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Microman versus Dark Sheik was so much enjoyment. I loved it.
No,
I am 100% into the Microman GCW run.
I have too. I hate that I am because it's so goofy, but I love it. But Dark Sheik being like, "Who let this baby in the ring?"
And trying to grab his hand to be like, "Let's go find your parents."
Sheik's like, "Whose baby is this? Why is there a baby in the ring? It's okay, little guy. We'll take care of you."
Just a little baby.
I was like, that is so corny, but I was laughing so hard. And then Sheik grabs Microman's hand and goes to walk him out of the ring, and he flips her.
The work Dark Sheik put into that match, tremendous, because like the bumps, everything, the selling was great, and it helped the match so much. So good.
Put the GCW World Championship on Microman, you cowards.
Put the GCW Ultra Violent Championship on Microman.
The little baby Micro. It was so funny. Like, it's okay, kid. We'll get you back to your parents.
And even Micro Cena at the end.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, boy.
And the main event.
You need stuff like that and I know people, when you get on the internet and you look at independent wrestling, you see things like that and you kind of scoff at it. But the intensity that was some of these matches, to throw that kind of in there, especially given how insane the main event was, like, it's kind of a nice palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm. And this next one is even better.
Yes. Yeah. Give it to me. Give me all of that, dude. I'm in.
We had the main event, which was a Houston street fight between John Wayne Murdoch and Zilla Fatu. And I was in a Discord mentioning that I was about to watch it, and the one person replied, be like, "It's sloppy, but it's fun." And that was a perfect way to describe it. And huge props to Zilla at the end for just going with the flow, because like I think some guys wouldn't have not know what to do in that position. And
when he's trying to light his thumb on fire to do the spike and it just didn't hit. Yeah, because
that's a tough spot there, and he just kept going with it. So I thought that was great.
And good on Murdoch for also rolling with it too, and just going, we got it. Let's just hit the finish, and we'll, didn't work. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
It was gnarly. That match was gnarly. Yeah. Zilla's just got blood dripping down his chest, his back. I'm like, this dude is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I love everything about it. Like you said, it's raw, it's gritty. He's not polished by any stretch. I don't think you'll ever see a 5-star Meltzer classic out of this guy, but it's just so fun to watch. It's always intense. And Murdoch is a perfect counterpart if you're going to get ultra violent. You know what I'm saying?
I like this because Zilla's come across as a killer throughout all of his matches. But in this one, being a street fight and being against someone who is like John Wayne Murdoch,
specializes in it.
Yeah, it allowed them to show that Zilla's human without taking away from the aura of Zilla. So many times where you see these guys that are just absolute killers, like a Wardlow or a Goldberg, a Jade Cargill, say, they build them up where they're undefeated, they're world eaters, they'll kill everyone, and then when it does come time that they do suffer a loss or anything like that, then it's oh, now what do you do with them? But being able to show that they're still human and can get beat up and they aren't oblivious to everything, I think that's going to go a long way with it.
And I loved the backstage stuff with Cardona, where he's like, I don't want another tag match. Quit putting me in these garbage tag matches. In Houston, my hometown, I want it. Give me Murdoch. I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just dancing around it, give it to me. Because they're it's John Wayne Murdoch, dude. Are you ready for that? And he's like, yeah, let's go. And he showed out. So that was a really cool way to end No Sleep.
Mm-hmm. So that was the reviews from last night, and I did not expect us to take a half hour doing that, but hey,
A lot went down. I didn't either, but Spencer had to get really I thought I was going to shut it off with that Larry Woods going like this with the championship, but he had to give me that nugget, and then my brain started going, man.
Yeah, you thought you saw the little insignia at the bottom, and you're like, oh, it's done,
Yeah, it's done. I see Zach Ralph Productions with his face like this, and I was like, wait, no. There's more. No, because I was all over the place with Love Wrestling, and then I watched the No Sleep this afternoon, and I was like, all right.
So here's what we're gonna do, because we got like a half hour ish, maybe a little bit longer, but we don't want to take up too much of your Saturday night because it's Saturday night.
Plus, there's Collision tonight. There's GCW Game Wave. There's a lot of shows that we don't want to be spilling over to your watching.
So what we're going to do, here's the lineup for the rest of the show. We're going to talk about GCW tonight, Crime Wave.
Then, it's Crime Wave? I thought it's a Game Wave.
Crime Wave.
I was like, why do they... I'm putting the graphics in. I'm like, why do they call it Game Wave? That makes no sense. Oh, because I can't read.
So we're going to do Crime Wave. We're going to do some tidbits. And before we do Crime Wave, we're going to talk about a big, addition to the free agency of independent wrestling. And we'll do Crime Wave. We're going to run through some other shows tonight very quickly, just so you know what else is out there. And then we're going to talk about GCW in Toronto next weekend, because Friday night they got a show. So
they're amazing. It sounds great. Depending on who you ask, there's not many.
There's lots. So, now,
inability that I can't read.
I think the internet was kind of a buzz a few short days ago when one Dijak said that he was no longer going to be a part of WWE, that his contract was up, and that he was taking bookings. Well, it didn't take long for the first one to get announced, because Prestige came in like number 1 with a bullet, and at Rosa 9, Donovan Dijak is going to be there, looking like Braun Breaker with a whole bunch of chicken around him. But
right, yeah, I was like, who's that? But yeah, no, that's awesome. We're going to see him get an indie run. He's a special talent. I don't know why they could never really figure out what to do with him on the big stage. But he's coming up late, and I saw some podcasts have already locked him in. So you're going to get to hear a lot about Dijak and what went down there. And Roseland is always a fun show. So,
and I like that. I think that he's someone who could really benefit from an indie run right now, and they're going to know how to use him because he was so proficient there before signing up with WWE. So I'm digging that. I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm same, and I hope that we get in some way, shape, form when he's healthy, Keith Lee and Dijak can do something on the indies again. That would be a good time.
Like, hell, if PWG ever decides to run again, like, you got the Monstars just sitting right there.
Yeah.
So, but with one addition to the world of independent wrestling, there is one that we're going to see a little bit less of nowadays because they got signed by TNA. It is something we predicted earlier this year, and I think we just want to give some big congratulations to two of our favorite, as Sinner and Saint signed with TNA Wrestling. Two very well-deserved individuals. They have absolutely crushed it on the independents. These guys, they're just great wrestlers, great humans, and it's exactly what you want to see from people. So.
Yeah, and like you predicted it, I rolled with it. I said, yeah, no, that sounds like money, and it's going to be a good time. Not only does TNA get a great tag team to put into that tag division now with like Machine Guns leaving and things like that. Now they've got somebody that can help, but they got two awesome individual talents as well, right? So not only do they get to have a great tag run, they could pair these guys off, maybe some X Division stuff. It's digital media stuff, the world title. Like, it's going to be a great run. I have a feeling it's a good pairing, good match made for TNA and Sinner and Saint. Well done.
So, GCW Crime Wave taking place tonight. Not Game Wave.
Let me put a graphic up, because I swear to God, when I was reading it, I was like, it didn't make sense. Yeah, it says crime. Why do I think it says game? What's wrong with me?
What's a Game Wave?
That's what I was saying. I was like, GCW, you get wild with these names. Game Wave makes no sense.
What is Game Wave? It's so stupid.
I'm so tired. I need like a slumber. But we got Blake Christian versus Sam Stackhouse.
Yeah. Well,
he's
Blake
back.
Christian. Yeah, looking to get back into the GCW world title picture after getting his championship stripped from him, being in Japan.
Unceremoniously too.
Yeah, and they've already started planting the seeds for that too.
Yeah, we're pro Matt Cardona here, but that was a very quick snap decision that I was like, buddy.
That's questionable.
But he'll be back in no time. All Heart's fantastic.
Mhm.
Sam Stackhouse is quite a challenge though, but
it's a nice opportunity for Sam, who I think is from the Texas area, if I'm not mistaken. I think they mentioned that. So
if you squint from far away, it looks like game. It does.
Don't let Pluggo name your wrestling events.
No, let me name your wrestling events. I was actually questioning their naming of the wrestling event based on what I was reading. Don't let me read your cards. Let Blair read. I just show up.
Okay. But that match was announced last night, and then we also got announced yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Oliver versus John Wayne Murdoch. I mean, Oliver coming off a big win last night against Fuego, and I mean, John Wayne, we talked about, he suffered defeat, so you got to wonder how that's going to play into this matchup tonight.
Yeah, normally I look at I look at somebody that maybe just went through a war the night before and has to come and take care of it, because lesser people have taken on Jordan Oliver at 100% and not been able to do it. I can't imagine not being 100% against Jordan Oliver, but this is what John Wayne Murdoch does. He goes through war after war after war and just shows back up and still shows out. So I fully expect him to be ready to go. And Jordan Oliver, man, it's going to be a good one.
100%.
Hey, I wish they would name an LPW show after me, but they won't.
You never know. Maybe one day.
Maybe
one day.
I pitched on Twitter, LPW, I'm 37. So I hope that I get that. If I get that, I'll die in heaven.
Okay. Coming off the big victory against Los Macizos last night, they are going to have their hands full as Los Desperados are challenging for the GCW Tag Team Championship against Violence is Forever. I like Arez, and him and Kevin Koo had a banger singles match a year ago. Like, these guys, this is going to be a doozy of a tag match.
Yeah, it didn't I'm losing it. Arez and God, dude, Gringo Loco just have one last night too at No Sleep.
Yeah,
they had a good match. We talked about it. Yeah, I can't believe I'm having trouble with names today.
You're having a rough go, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't read. I can't speak. This is not great for podcasts.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Harry, I'm sick of being a nobody. All right, Lloyd. Let's go to Aspen.
Have you seen that meme where it's like back before there was memes in 2004? Everyone just sat around quoting Anchorman, and that's basically how we
I still do that. And Mrs. Pluggo, like if I get around some of my buddies, that's what we do. And she's just like, "What is with you guys?" And I'm like, "This is what we've done this for 20 plus years.
You can do it for 20 more."
Yeah, we're old school. Who needs a meme when you can just quote the best movies ever made?
Old school. Cheese.
Cheese.
Alley Catch versus Dulce Tormenta. I'm digging this matchup. I thought she had a very good showing against Broski Jimmy yesterday, especially considering it's Broski Jimmy, and he's not the most, lucha enthused, but she came across great, and I think her and Alley Catch is going to be a really solid matchup.
Yeah, Dash's best friend Alley Catch. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one. I'm in for that.
Fuego, coming off a very tough loss, is going to have his hands full against Galeno Del Mal. So it's the Del versus Del.
If I'm the commentator, that's going to be tough. I would stumble over that. Heck, I'd stumble over just normal words, but as I've proven today. But that'd be that's going to be a nice, fun lucha style match. Kind of like I said, different, something a little different based on some of the other matches we're going to talk about here. It'll be a nice little change of pace.
This one I'm surprisingly hyped for, especially coming off of his debut in GCW, which I thought was great. And that's Sydney, the former Reggie.
Oh, it's rubbing off on you. I'm rubbing off. It is Reggie.
Reggie, and then what was Scripps? I was going to say Skrillex. So
Reggie, Scripps, yeah. Yeah, and the package that they played last night at No Sleep, hyping this up even like furthered it, because it's like we know how good Ninja Mac is, but sometimes we forget because he's not there all the. I was like, oh yeah, and Scripps, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Sydney looked really good against Jack Cartwheel.
Really good, and I think that's a solid addition. Like adding more of the flippy lucha style, having more wrestlers like that, because now you've got Sydney Ninja Mac, you've got Jack Cartwheel there, you have all of the luchadors that you can interchange as well, whoever, depending who's available, whether it's a Rez or Gringo Loco, Los Macizos, and more. But I'm digging this one.
We're not sponsored by Dell, not sponsored by Adele.
It's a double Dell.
A double Dell.
Last but not least,
I double Dell dare ya.
I'm fully expecting this to be on your bangers of the month for June.
Yeah. That's all you're gonna say? It's just the match? You don't have any awesome insight into this?
I am expecting a massive victory from Microman and will be so disappointed if we don't get it.
I hope they both win.
It's going to be a fun match.
I hope they don't even wrestle. I hope they just parade around the ring doing shenanigans for like 10 minutes, and then they both just lay down and pin each other.
That is the kind of match that I want to see Danhausen in.
I hope. The mood lighting. Oh, the mood lighting. Yeah.
That's the basement.
Getting real sexy with it. But I hope that Danhausen comes out and goes, is that Dark Sheik's baby? From yesterday?
If there was a way.
No, that is not a dumb idea. That is a great idea.
That is long-term storytelling. Like, get Brett on the horn right now.
That is the Ted Lasso meme where like we don't want you to do that. No, you live. You go out, you live.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah,
I'm 100% into that.
Yeah.
Like curses him, and then next week Microman is like a few inches taller.
Could they find somebody to like could they do that? That would be epic.
Even if they're not wrestling, but just to bring them out, and then in like 4 months' time, the person is like Satnam Singh's
right, and then like it's like Blake Christian or something is doing Blake Christian things, and he's healing it up, and he's caught in the crowd. And he goes, "Give me Microman" or something like, and the Micro comes out, and he's Braun Strowman size, and Blake's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
And Danhausen has like the manager, like or like
yes,
oh yeah,
my God.
Please,
Brett, call us. This is money. This is money, dude. Microman becoming Macroman.
Yeah. Microman becoming Mega Man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I'm in on this. I'm in on this. That is see, now you're coming around to Danhausen's powers and how awesome he is.
That's the kind of shit that like I'm cool with.
Yes. See, Dare Amazing understood the assignment.
Yeah.
And playing the role of the great yes.
Then you get the Microman in the Punjabi prison match.
Yep. Oh, dude, just like how epic. Vance Warner's like, I get Microman tonight again. Easy money. And he just comes out, he's 7'4".
It's Paul White.
It's just man. And then they do it. So they do like a Bella Twins magic thing where like big Microman goes under the ring and then little Microman comes back out, and everybody pretends like they didn't just see. Like everybody just assumes that Microman is still 2 feet tall.
So basically, Microman is going to turn into Ant-Man, where he can like grow or shrink depending on it, like crawl out of the ring, come out.
Yes, but no, but his opponent never is like. You don't see he's 7'4".
Yeah,
that's and the ref's like that's Microman. What are you talking about? Oh man, yes, his final form of evolution is massive, man.
It's the best booking that's ever happened on this show.
We might be the only podcast on the planet that has dove this deep into the lore that is Microman.
Yeah, And I hate lore in wrestling, like especially like sci-fi lore, but I'm 100% into this.
But you know what I don't hate? NordVPN, our proud affiliates. So if you want to change your virtual location to watch all the lore that you want at maybe a discounted price or protect your personal information, go over to NordVPN, tell them Love Wrestling sent you, get yourself a discount.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was good. We'll do a few tidbits and we'll talk some GC Dub. More GC
Dub. GC Dub. Game Wave.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Game Wave and GCW blurst behaviors coming up.
Dude, yeah. AKA Pluggo either needs to get glasses or learn how to read.
The Summer of Suzuki is kicking off with 2 big matchups already announced. So check your local independents because it seems like he's doing quite he's going to be doing more shows. So a chance to check out one of the greatest. And 2 got announced. I will try to always find them and pump them into here so you know where to see him. Dreamwave has him August 3rd against Vic Capri.
Nice.
And August 2nd against Dak Draper, former ROH wrestler Dak Draper. So
nice.
There you go.
That hairstyle is just, how do you even decide? Like, yep, that's the move. I love it. But I ain't going to talk shit about Murder Grandpa because I don't want to die.
Making their return to GCW for Bloodsport, none other than Shayna Baszler, WWE superstar. That's coming up at the end of July.
Oh, yes. And it went so well the first time. I'm glad they're doing it again. I hope maybe they announce a few more like they did last time because it was fun over the collective.
Yeah, I think so. We have MLW's got a show coming up next week. We will preview it, or in 2 weeks, sorry. MLW, we'll preview it next week. But Kenta versus Bobby Fish in the first round of the Opera Cup.
Would I be lying if I told you I thought that was Eric Young at first? I was like, "Where's Bobby Fish's hair?"
No, that's solid. I believe that. Yeah, don't worry. I got your back, homie.
I was like, did they switch Eric Young and Bobby Fish's graphic by mistake? When did Eric Young sign in MLW? This is wild.
Yeah. Femme Fatale has a show tomorrow. If I'm not, no, today or tomorrow. It's this weekend. I'm bringing these 2 matches up because it has implications leading towards next week. Because next weekend is GCW versus IWS. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about that. We're gonna
dive deep into that next weekend for sure.
Yeah, but one of the matches announced is for the IWS Women's Championship. Masha Slamovich is going to be challenging Katrina Creed, the current champion, and Kristara, the Sweetest Pea. Well, Katrina Creed and Kristara both have matches this week. You can check them out on IWTV for Femme Fatales. Katrina Creed versus Vlada. Damn you, Femme Fatales, for not having full graphics. I knew that was going to be the case.
Hey.
Hi. And then this one, Casey Diamond versus Kristara versus Rose. So one of our favorites, Rose.
Yes, Rose.
So,
yeah. And that will be on IWTV this weekend? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think
that'd be a good fun. Oh, nice.
And totally random, but OVW has a show this weekend too. So if you watch the wrestlers, you want to watch some more. I mean, hey, tonight you can see Jake Lawless and Dustin Jackson challenging Tuscan Chains. Or you can see Beaches and Cream, which is the greatest tag name ever, against Super Z and Shira. So
yes,
there are a couple other matches announced, but hey, we're on tight time today, so we're getting in as much as we can.
But there's a lot, like, you know, we talk about it. This comes in waves: beach waves, Beaches Cream. Oh man, but no,
crime wave.
Some weekends there's a few shows that are. And then other weekends like this one, there's a ton of great stuff. Yeah. And then next weekend, there's a ton of great stuff. So it's booming over the last couple of weeks. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, Dar, the same Rose that was featured on ROH.
From ROH and LPW, and she's fantastic. And the Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, she was on that as well.
Yeah, Rose is awesome. Announced for GCW now and forever, beginning of August, Zilla Fatu versus Joshua Bishop. It was nice to know you, Joshua Bishop. Good luck in your future endeavors, because it's Zilla time, baby.
Zilla time, baby. I don't think we're ever going to pick against Zilla Fatu ever again.
Never.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's too good.
last but not least for tidbits, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have Broski Jimmy versus Hoodfoot, and that's going to be Thursday, July 8th. So expect the preview for that show in a few short weeks.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like that graphic. That's a solid graphic.
It
I
is.
like that one.
So GCW Worst Behavior is taking place in Toronto on Friday, July 5th. It is the 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Which don't forget, they're doing the backyard wrestling on July 4th.
They are. It's also Money in the Bank weekend.
That's a big one.
If you're, kind of like, Money in the Bank, I want to check that out. You can go be a part of the Money in the Drank pub crawl, which Love Wrestling is putting on. So see some of your favorite Love Wrestling on-air personalities, share some beers with them, get into some fights. Like
fights about fantasy booking wrestling, not fist fights. Keep it respectful.
No,
Jody Threat will be there, and if you act up, Jody Threat, TNA star, she'll take care of you.
Is that a threat? Is it a Jody threat?
It's a Jody promise.
Oh! I hope that she uses that in a promo one day. And that's not a threat. It's a promise. A Jody promise.
Oh, dude. Jody Threat, if you're listening, which I know you are, it's all yours. Just when you make the t-shirt, send me one. Yeah, that's all.
Hook up a couple dollar bills, y'all.
It's not a Jody threat. It's a Jody promise.
Okay. So worst behavior. We'll do the same. We'll just talk about matches. So general manager Matt Cardona returns to Toronto. I'm wondering what kind of Toronto friends he will have show up there.
Yeah, he's working. Good for him.
There you go. Announced already. We've got Joey Janela versus Gabe Kidd. Now, I am so ridiculously hyped for this match, and it just got announced not too long ago. Gabe Kidd is on another level. Like, shoot this kid to the moon. He's incredible. I
like his vibe a lot. The little bit I've seen of him, I'm like, he's got something, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. So there's that. There is Gringo Local versus Galeno Del Mal. If Galeno can survive Fuego del Sol.
Well, yeah, of course. But we know he ain't surviving Gringo Loco.
No. We've got a Canadian contingent a part of this match. We have Nick Gage and Bussy versus Green Phantom, Sexy 80, and PCP Crazy F and Manny.
Jesus God. That is going to be epic.
There is a lot of, you could call this match like sexual violence.
You could.
When you look at everyone involved. You got Sexy Eddie, you got Nick Gage, PCP.
If you're going to watch this match and you have a significant other, warn them when they walk in the room. And you're like, it's wrestling, I swear.
You're going to see Sexy Eddie's ass.
You're going to see some things. It's going to be violent. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be all sorts of things, but I'm here.
You're going to see some things. You're going to see some wangs. You're going to see Bussy. It's great.
Jody Promise, her name for Bluggo's misspelled wrestling show. Yes. I should book one of those.
You should. We've got, if they can beat Los Desperados, Violence is Forever will be defending the GCW Tag Team Championship against Deathmatch Royalty.
I love me Violence is Forever. You love Violence is Forever. Do you think the Cardona effect gets some more gold into Deathmatch Royalty? And this is where we see Violence is Forever drop those titles? I'm worried for them.
I didn't think about it till you brought it up. So, Mike Bailey, Canada's own Speedball Mike Bailey, going one-on-one with Kerry Morton. Kerry Morton, someone that we've seen snippets of them in GCW, but not like a full-on run,
Right.
So
he gets a lot of heat. He knows what he's doing. He's obviously his father's Ricky Morton, so he's learned from one of the best. It'll be an interesting match. I'm here for that. Obviously, Speedball can have a good match with anybody, except me. He probably couldn't have a good match with me. I'm not good. He could will me to victory, like a victory match. We get 1 star.
The Bollywood Boys heading over to Toronto, challenging the Garbage Daddy.
Garbage Daddies. That's gonna be fun. Former LPW alums, Ballyhood boys. Oh, the garbage. That'll be a good one. I'm here for that too. I'm always hyped for the garbage daddies.
So that's going to be Toronto. That's this upcoming Friday. So you're going to be there. You're going to Money in the Drank. Might as well go see GCW Worst Behavior. Send some pictures. Show us what we're missing out on. But have fun.
Yeah. It sounds like a couple of our contingency might end up at that GCW show as well. There's some things and there's some talks. There's some talks in the works. Or some works in the talks, or the Jody promises into some Jody threats. I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's a hell of a weekend of wrestling. It was a hell of a weekend last weekend, this weekend. There's a lot going on. There's something for everybody out there in the world. And that's what I love about this crazy thing we call independent wrestling. Now, if Microman can grow a foot overnight, I'm in for it.
So here's the deal. We got Blitzkrieg Pro. They got a show tonight. We've got Beyond has a big 4th of July show. So I'm going to throw up a couple graphics just for us to
go ahead and fire down the whole card, and we'll rapid fire this baby because it's a good one. It's a good one. So, we got 4 or 5 minutes. We can do this.
Yeah. Blitzkrieg Pro is up on IWTV. That's tonight. So here is you can't pass this up because it's a fans bring the pool toys match between Akira and Logan Black.
Yeah.
So there's that one. We have Legion of Rot versus Miracle Generation for the tag team championship. We have VSK versus Marcus Mathers. I like me some Marcus Mathers, so hype for him for this one.
Hell yeah.
We've got TJ Crawford versus CPA for the Bedlam Championship. I like Crawford, what I've seen of him in Black Label Pro. So,
yeah, that'll be a good one. Same.
The mother of all scrambles with Kirby Wackerman, PN. I can't even read the names. It's so far away. PWJ.
J-Ridge.
Angelo Carter, Haley Dillon, Leary, Sammy Diaz, Delightful Dan, which is my new favorite gimmick, Tristan Kyle, and a question mark. Delightful Dan. Why has nobody booked Dan the Dan and Delightful Dan?
It's coming. We just booked it here. We print money on this show.
They're going to be the tag championships of your promotion with Jody Promise.
Yes.
And Bobby Orlando versus Paul London.
Hell yeah. And that stuffed sheep right. Hells yeah. Beep, it's a sheep.
Okay. So we got that. And then we also have the Beyond show, which is taking place on 4th of July.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got the Church of Greatness defending the tag open championships against Midnight Heat. Midnight Heat have had some incredible matches in the Northwest, so stoked for them to head out to American Rana 24. We have Alec Price versus Joey Janela, and these two are just going to show out. Like, they're going to have a hell of We've got Leo Rush versus Aaron Rourke. Bussy versus the Miracle Generation.
Heck yeah.
Alex Shelley challenging Brad Hollister for the Wrestling Open title.
Very cool.
We've got Tom Lawler versus this guy.
Yeah, is this his first indie appearance, I think? Because I saw this and I haven't seen anything else.
Maybe
Tom, but our best friend Tom Lawler will take care of business.
Yeah, I hope so. We have Alec Price. Oh, did that one?
A match so nice we showed it twice.
This is what I was going for. Megan Bain challenging Kroll for the undisputed IWTV World Championship. A huge opportunity for Megan Bain, who has had a hell of a run in GCW lately.
And I'm just going to say, I think it's time for a new IWTV champion. So Megan Bain, the Megasis, is going to happen. I'm calling it now.
I'm 100% into it.
Not that Kroll's bad, just it's time. It's time.
Yeah, I remember when that title was like bouncing around between like Wheeler Yuta and like the run he had as champ, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, him and Danny Garcia, that 16-minute banger. Oh, dude.
Like I would love to get it back to that spot, but I understand like wrestling is at waves, it changes regularly. So, but I think that's everything.
Hells yeah, we did it, and we just over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could have went more in depth, but hey, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
I started saying things wrong and things got out of hand in the chat. What happens here at For Exposure? You know,
It's all good, baby. But yeah, I mean, hey, tomorrow if you're not doing nothing, make sure you. Oh, hold on. Maybe we should answer this first because GCW's got their backyard wrestling show.
Yeah, Microman, hopefully.
Oh,
They usually keep it very secretive, right? They don't really announce a whole lot of things until closer to the chest. I know last year we had like Pizza Cat Jr., which was Billy Starks. Marcus Mathers came out in an emo gimmick. I can't remember the name. So they do a lot of their talent. They do a lot of their talent that they usually book for shows, but they give them different gimmick names and things like that, more backyardy type names. So we'll see. I'm super excited for it.
One of the first GCW shows I watched was like a backyard wrestling from a few years ago, and it was like Ricky Shane Page was there as like the dirt bike kid. Alex Zane jumped over a car. Like it was a lot of fun. Tara Zepp was last year.
I had to explain to my wife that I've fallen this far down a rabbit hole, but they intend to look. It's intentional. This is a this is a choice. She's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Because it looked like that local TV access stuff that you sometimes stumble across." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what they're going for."
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be a fun one. They usually do that on the 4th of July, so be on the lookout for that.
So that's going to be it for this week. I mean, hey, you can find me up on all social media, Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, all podcast streaming platforms, all that fun stuff. Didn't have an episode this week, but it's because I released the look at the AEW podcast, had an episode. So I like to not, flood the market with my voice. These sultry sounds.
You should flood the market with your voice. It's a good voice.
Thanks, buddy. But that's where you can find me, and you can find me here every weekend with this cute guy here.
Yeah, listen, wife. This is my lifestyle. Yes,
my life back in wrestling.
This is how I roll. Okay.
So
wrestling has more than one royal family. The Pluggos have entered the chat.
Where can everyone find you?
You can find me in a few hours over at the Kicking Out Wrestling Podcast. We bullied our way into their prediction show. We're going to take that title away from Tanner Lee. So we're doing Forbidden Door picks over on the Kicking Out Podcast YouTube channel. So come hang out with us there. I pop in and out other places, but you can find me at Pluggo all over social media. You can find me Thursday nights between Two Beards with JPJ at 8 p.m. Go to @B2Beards for all social media platforms to find out that. It also sounds like because JPJ will be in Toronto, we are going to do something for Thursday night. We're not quite sure yet how it's going to play because it is the 4th of July, so stay tuned to the socials. Plus, I think I'm filling in for him for Firmly AEW this Thursday morning with Drew Nicholas. So check me out.
Cool. Well, for myself, for my good friend Pluggo, thank you so much for joining us. Next week, we won't be on at the usual time of 10 a.m. Eastern. We will be either this time or Sunday morning. We will let you know a little bit closer to after we figure it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will
enjoy Game Wave.
Yeah, Game Wave tonight. Peace in the streets.